Starbucks just closed 400 stores across America, 42 in New York City alone, 20 in Los Angeles, 15 in Chicago. For the first time in decades, Starbucks is shrinking. This isn't about coffee. It's about what happens when the world changes and your business model doesn't. January 2026, Starbucks closes roughly 400 locations nationwide, part of a $1 billion restructuring plan. New York City lost 42 stores. That's 12% of all Starbucks in the city. Los Angeles, 20 closed. Chicago, 15. San Francisco, 7. Minneapolis, 6. Baltimore, 5. These aren't small towns. These are America's biggest, wealthiest cities, the places Starbucks dominated for decades. And now, Dunkin just became the largest coffee chain in Manhattan. For the first time ever, Starbucks lost the crown. Here's what changed. First, competition. Starbucks used to be the only game in town. Now, every neighborhood has niche coffee shops, Blee Bottle, Bluestone Lane, Gregory's, Joe's Coffee, places that feel local, places that don't charge $7 for a latte. Starbucks became generic. Second, remote work. Pre-COVID, Starbucks thrived on office workers, the morning rush, the afternoon meeting, the laptop crowd. Then everyone went home, and they didn't come back. Starbucks closed stores in the ground floors of downtown office buildings that used to print money. Now they're empty. Third, saturation. The Onion once joked, "New Starbucks opens in restroom of existing Starbucks." It wasn't far from reality. In Manhattan, you could see 3 Starbucks from a single street corner. Cannibalization. They were competing with themselves. CEO Brian Niccol, hired from Chipotle to fix this, said it clearly. We no longer want stores right next to each other. But there's a deeper problem most people miss. Starbucks stopped being the third place, the idea that made them famous. Not home, not work, somewhere in between. A place to sit, to read, to meet, to exist. But then they removed that. 2022, former CEO Howard Schultz said, "The mental health crisis in the country is severe. There is an issue of safety in our stores." Translation, people were using Starbucks as public restrooms and hangout spots without buying anything. So Starbucks changed the policy. No purchase, no bathroom, no loitering. They became transactional. Get your coffee, leave. And when you're just transactional, why pay $7 at Starbucks when Dunkin is $3? Here's what Starbucks is doing instead. Closing dense urban stores, opening suburban drive-thrus. Why? Lower rent, lower labor costs, higher margins. You don't need expensive downtown real estate when people order from their cars. You don't need baristas making $20 an hour in San Francisco when a suburb pays $15. Niccol's strategy, fewer stores, better locations, higher profitability. Starbucks plans to open new stores in 2026, including in New York and LA, but not on every corner. This isn't a retreat, it's a reset. Then there's the union. December 2025, 11,000 Starbucks baristas go on strike, the longest and biggest labor action in company history. They demanded better hours, stable schedules, higher pay. 2,500 workers told customers to stay away. Starbucks said less than 1% of stores were affected, but 59 unionized locations were closed as part of the restructuring. Coincidence? The company also laid off 900 corporate workers, cut 1,100 more earlier in the year. This is cost-cutting, pure and simple. This isn't just about Starbucks. It's about 3 bigger trends. 1. Remote work killed urban retail. Office workers were the engine of city economies. When they left, everything that depended on them collapsed. Coffee shops, lunch spots, dry cleaners. Starbucks is just the most visible. 2. Overexpansion always corrects. You can't be on every corner forever. Eventually, you saturate. Then you cannibalize. Then you shrink. Starbucks is learning this the hard way. 3. The third place is dead. People don't hang out in coffee shops anymore. They order on apps. They grab and go.
They work from home. The social space Starbucks created, it doesn't exist anymore, and they can't bring it back by closing bathrooms. Starbucks closed 400 stores, but they still have 18,000 left. This isn't a collapse, it's an admission. The old model, stores on every corner, urban saturation, the third place, is over. The new model, suburban drive-thrus, mobile orders, efficiency over experience. Starbucks isn't disappearing, it's just becoming something different. Whether that works, we'll find out in 2026.